I've played over 200 games this season, and I think it's time for a new tier list because the last one I did, it was like a year ago, or maybe even more. So this tier list is gonna be Dominion / competitive. The 200 games that I've played were mainly competitive, so I think it gives you a better idea. Without further ado, let's just begin, and let's just say that Pinocchio is S tier because he still needs a few nerfs before he's, A tier. The constant pushback, just too much. I'm not gonna go very in depth into all of these, picks and why I put them there, but feel free to disagree in the comments and feel free to like and sub if you like this. Alright, so next up, let's see. Now, also another thing that I want to say, I'm not going to take into consideration only champions that are played by one tricks who like completely excel in one champion and can't play others. This is just going to go for the general, skill level. So what else can we do? Ducky. Now, Ducky is not really all that strong in my opinion. He's good. He's good if you're a one trick, but there are way better picks, especially since he needs to, channel his ult. I think Ducky is mid. Cindy I think is a good champion overall, probably somewhere between S and A tier, but I'd rather lean into A tier more. Now Octavia is an okay champ if you have tanks. For example, if you have Kaiser, if you have Marina, those are really good picks. Also Aoi, if you have her on your team. But solely if you're playing solo and your team picks assassins, for example, yeah, good freaking luck. She goes in E tier, although she can go up to A tier if you have tanks on your team. Next up, T-Moon. T-Moon is one of those champs that if you're good with her, the enemy don't really stand a chance, but I think there are way better picks, so we are gonna put her in mid tier. S tier, let's just pick some S tier champ. I think Robin is S tier. This goes for the general skill. You can carry really hard solo with Robin. He's really good in duo, triple Q as well. So Robin is S tier in my opinion, in my humble opinion. Aoi, I think she's very good. She is somewhere between S and A tier as well, but leaning more so towards A tier. Let's see now, Mastercat. As much as this is actually my main, I love Mastercat. I think he's a very fun champion. However, in competitive or Dominion in general, I think he's just okay-ish. Like the thing with him is if you get your combo interrupted, so basically if you want to attack one person and one of your teammates goes and is like, oh, I'm gonna help you out. They're not actually helping you out, they're just messing up your combo. So it's very easy to, mess up Mastercat, so that's why I think he's mid. Alright, Nui is definitely S tier. Nui is absolutely broken. Many people play her, many people don't play her, nobody knows how to play against her for some reason. Super broken, super easy to play. Let's see now, Maya. Maya, I think, is one of those champs that is also like kind of between E and E tier. So she's kind of good if you know how to play her. I think she can go even up to A tier, but if you're just starting out, I don't think Maya is the champion for you. So the general skill level, I think Maya is one of the worst, unless she has Kaiser on her team. JK, that's just a reference to the story. All right, let's see what else. Witch Queen has seen some reworks. I think she's okay. I wouldn't say she's as good as, Cindy and Aoi at this point, but I think she's okay. She's kind of mid, in my opinion. Now, Red has been broken for some time. The general public that I see, the general people that play her can or already know the combos because she's one of the oldest legends, obviously. So I think she's kind of A tier, in my opinion. Don is okay. He counters Nui actually, so Don counters Nui, but I think there are way better champs. And in the current meta, I think people can just bounce him around quite easily. So he's definitely not S, A, mid. He's somewhere between E and E. So it's really like situational, and it really depends on the matchup that you get. But I think he's E tier. Ravi, I think, is good. Very solid champion. Also one of the oldest. His newest brother kind of shows, to be honest. Easy to play. And I think he's A tier. Let's do Kaiser. Kaiser is super situational. He gets hard countered by Nui. And if he has Octavio on his team, good. He can go up to A tier. But Kaiser by himself, I don't think you should really pick him so in Dominion. His only good thing that he has going for himself is really the pushback. And if you mess up your skill, you're as good as useless. So I'm gonna put him in A tier, although he can be in A tier. Snow. Let's see now. Snow, I think, is okay in general. You know, some players will make him seem like S tier, some players will make him seem like mid. So I think I'll just put him in A tier because he's a solid champion and the general public can't play him. Although he is one of the harder legends to play because of his combos and the fact that you have to catch him in the air. Okay, let's see. Wolfgang, you know, you're just chilling, having a good time, drinking coffee, playing some competitive, and then some Wolfgang with a Chinese name pops up on his Smurf account and just completely bodies you. The legend itself is good. I think it's actually very good for solo Dominion because if you are able to carry, even if you're not a one trick, I mean, you can just get that enchantment or what was it called? The ability that just gives you that stacks attack power or attack damage. So I think in general Wolfgang is A tier. That made no sense, but I hope you understood what I was trying to say. Brick. Brick is one of those champs that you would initially think that is really bad, but he's actually like a hidden gem. Brick is like kind of powerful, especially on that map that moves with the platforms, the sunset, whatever the heck, with the moving platform. My least favorite map. Brick is super solid there. Brick is also solid on that one with the platform that moves horizontally. Both horizontally and vertically. Both on those maps, I think Brick is very good. On the other maps, he's just kind of mid. So I think I'll just put him straight in the middle here. Now, Zepera. Zepera, if you can... I don't think I've ever pronounced her name like this. If you can play her, you can make her seem like S tier. The general public, however, cannot play her, which puts her in E tier. I was wondering or thinking about putting her in mid tier because of, the one tricks that play her and make her seem like S tier, but generally she's, again, one of the harder champions to play. That's why she goes in A tier. Or actually, nah, I think she's mid. Mid even if you're not that good with her, to be honest. Alright, let's see. Some other legends. Parfait. Parfait is again good only when people play her as one tricks. She's not weak, but I think there are better picks. That's why I put her in A tier. This is personally my opinion. Parfait is one of those champs that, you know, I'm not really good at. I can barely play her. Doesn't mean the champ is bad. It means the general public is bad with her. The one tricks are really good and they make her seem like A tier. Alright, who else do we have here? Victor. Victor is an okay champion. There are some better picks, obviously. He can be impactful if played properly, but, you know, like I said, there are better picks. And if you have Nui on your team or on the enemy team, good luck stacking your bombs or activating your bombs. Alright, let's see. Next up, who do we have? Peter. Peter, I think, is easily between S and A tier. I think is one of those legends that you play very often because he's obviously the first legend that you come across once you start playing Smash Legends. So the general public is good with him. And I think that he actually goes in S tier. I think he goes in S tier. Alright, next up, who do we have? Alice. Alice, easily S tier. Solid, completely, most CC in the game. Completely fun-ish champion to play, It's a good champ. It's a good champ and it can have a lot of impact. The only thing that she's lacking is kind of her damage, but if you have teammates with half a brain cell, they'll make up for it. Okay, Ali I'm not really impressed with. He can carry, definitely, if you're good with him. but he's kind of mid, to be honest. It's not that fantastic, and he's kind of hard to play as well. Okay, let's see now. Who else? Flare. Now, Flare, I want to love her as much as I want to love Flare. She cannot take the point now. What she has to do is kind of like Hook. She has to be outside of the box and just DPS from afar, which means that if your team needs to keep this point and they need to stall, you can't really stall with Flare. The only thing you can do is like jump and perhaps just use your skill, which is gonna give you like a little bit of leverage, but then as soon as you land, you're gonna get fricked up. So I think Flare is kind of mid, if not even tier. Jacko is a solid A tier champion in my opinion. Some people make him seem like S tier. He's a good champ overall. Hook is strong if you don't get focused. If you get focused, if your enemies have half a brain cell, they will focus you, they won't let you do much. You can't really stall unless you're just jumping from up, and you gotta stall using your ult so you fall slower. I think he's kinda tier in my opinion. Let's see, who else do we have? Now, Gummy, you will meet some really good Gummy players, the one tricks, obviously, but the majority won't be that good, so I think Gummy is kinda in my opinion. Madam Lettuce took me a little bit of time to actually figure out how to play because I was taking a hiatus, or I was on hiatus. I couldn't figure out how she works. Basically, your ult is your entire champion. You just gotta go close to people, use your skill, use ult, use your skill, use ult. Repeat that as many times as you can. She's okay. She's definitely on the stronger side. I wouldn't put her in A tier, but I definitely think she belongs mid. Okay, let's see who else. Goldie gives way too much healing to her team. Has CC as well, and she's relatively mobile, so I think she goes in A tier. Lauren is okay. She can be useful. Her turret stalls and buys time, but I don't think she's all that good, to be honest. I think she's kinda Like, none of these legends, I want you to notice something, like none of these, or know something, none of these legends are bad. You can make anything work if you're skilled enough, but this is just the general skill level that I've come across. Molly is good. Molly, if you know what the enemies do, you can counter them very easily. So Molly can stall, she can buy time, she can also deal a lot of damage, surprisingly. So I think Molly is a hidden gem, kinda. And speaking of hidden gems, Rambert also, he's not that much of a hidden gem. He deals damage. The general public knows how to play him because he's easy. The only thing that you need to look out for is the way he slides. So if he moves and he just goes out of the screen or out of the point, that's an issue. But generally, I think he is mid. Rapunzel is an easy champ. All you gotta do is just learn the air combo, and I think she's between A and S tier, more so leaning towards S tier. Let's see, who else do we have here? Kurenai is good. Kurenai can do damage. Kurenai is playable. He's strong, but he's not that strong, so I guess he's kind of between A and mid tier. I'm gonna put him in A tier actually. He's an assassin, he deals good damage. Now, Havert, I don't know his name. I don't know his name. He's very fun to play. He's relatively tanky and he can combo. However, it's very easy to miss your combos, and if you mess up one combo, then it kind of throws you off guard. I think he's kind of mid, in my opinion. Alright, 3 legends left. Young is strong. He's not bad at all. I think he's kind of mid though. Like, there are better picks. Marina is okayish, but again, there are better picks. If you have Marina with Octavia, that's a really good combo. If you have Marina with, who else? With Goldie, she also works because she has somebody to heal her. If she has those legends on her team, she's mid. If she doesn't have those legends on her team, she's eh. And Wukong, obviously, a strong champion, well played. He's not S tier in my opinion, but I think he's a strong A tier. So let me know if you agree or disagree with this tier list. Many of you will disagree. That's completely normal. That's completely fine. I'm not that washed up, guys. Chill. And also, I want to repeat this. You can make every single legend on this list work. It doesn't have to be like, it's not how this game works. If you're good with any legend, you can make it work. You don't have to just limit yourself to this specific tier list here. You can make anything work. I cannot stress this enough. I hope this helps you out in some way. Leave a like and sub, and I'll see you next time.